Vi går det in, vi ser det hon. I vår skrev det ler då.
The idea that the cook does not think as intently and penetratingly as a scientific inquirer is absurd. He must consciously undergo the effect of his every move, or he will not be aware of what he is doing and where his work is going. For philosopher John Dewey, an experience consists of the interaction of a live creature and its environment in an alternating process of doing and undergoing, until the experience runs its course to fulfillment. Moreover, he has to see each particular connection of doing and undergoing in relation to the whole that he desires to produce. Cooking, or cooking aesthetically as I will differentiate, follows Dewey's aesthetics to a T. A true aesthetic cooking experience consists of a fully engaged live creature, aware and perceptive of all he does, and imaginative in bringing knowledge from prior cooking experiences into the present one.
You can help your hamburger, you can make it a delight.
Just smile and say cheeseburger macaroni tonight. Say cheese.
Hamburger helper.
Say cheese.
Help your hamburger. Hamburger helper, help.
That many, perhaps most cooking experiences are not genuinely aesthetic happen, unfortunately, to be true. The enemies of the aesthetic are the humdrum.
Hamburger helper, help your hamburger helper.
Say cheese.
Make a great meal.
While the roots of every experience are found in the interaction of a live creature with its environment, that experience becomes conscious, a matter of perception, only when meanings enter it that are derived from prior experiences. Imagination is the only gateway through which these meanings can find their way into a present interaction. The conscious adjustment of the new and the old is imagination. In an aesthetic cooking experience, the creature has a purpose, and his eyes are bright with it. I have in mind to cook something today, although I'm not exactly sure what it's going to be. I know that I've got shrimp, and I know that I have Asiago cheese. I'd like to use both of these ingredients. So let's take a look to see what else we can find. Peppers or onions would be good, mixed in with, to saute with the shrimp. However, my girlfriend's not that big on onions, so by chance, I actually have some very colorful bell peppers that I'm going to use. If they were regular large bell peppers, I'd probably only use half. But since these are smaller, I think I'll go ahead and use the whole thing. I'm going to use this red and yellow. It's going to make the dish much more interesting to look at, as well as adding the unique taste of pepper to it. Now what I happen to have on hand as far as pasta goes is some thin spaghetti, angel hair pasta. That'll serve just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and get some salted water going. Bringing it to a boil. Garlic, of course. I'm going to go ahead and use about 3 or 4 cloves. In my experience, lemon has always been something safe to pair with shrimp or any seafood. It tends to overpower that fishy kind of taste, which, I don't know, maybe is the point of eating fish, but I'm going to use the juice of this lemon to season everything. In my experience, olive oil and butter can't accomplish alone what they can accomplish together. So, to get everything going, I'm going to start some olive oil and about a tablespoon of butter about a tablespoon of each. You could mince the garlic or use a garlic press. I have a press, so I'm going to use it. Alright. We got the olive oil and the butter nice and hot. Gonna add the garlic. Saute this by itself for just about a minute before we add the shrimp. Once some of the garlic started to release its flavor, mix in with the olive oil and butter, ready for the shrimp. And you're going to want to cook the shrimp until it's no longer opaque. About 6 minutes. A little parsley. Just to add a little more color. We'll add that as a garnish on the top. If you can see, the shrimp has become like a white color. Can't see through it anymore. But you don't want to cook it too long. It'll start to get a little tough. Add the bell peppers. We're going to saute the bell peppers along with the lemon juice. Maybe it'd be a good idea to watch for the seeds, but too late for that. And typically for any recipe that I've ever looked at, if you would use lemon juice, you would probably also use some white wine, white cooking wine to like along in the sauce. I don't have any. We're just going to go without it. Let's see if we got a boil. Ah, we do. Be sure to add these noodles. Those peppers don't need to cook too long. You don't want to let them get too soggy. I'm going to go ahead and add the cheese. Now, Asiago cheese, a hard cheese like Parmesan, very stinky by the way. Typically I'd use that along with cream or half and half to make like an Alfredo sauce. But I don't really want anything that heavy, so I'm just going to add the cheese and let it melt in there with the shrimp and peppers and the lemon. 2 to 3 ounces of Asiago cheese. It's half of that container that I just showed you. And voila!